If you're creating a new website, what page should you build first? What if I told you it was not your homepage? Would you be surprised? I'm Nancy Fields, and today I'm going to share a little secret that has been a real game changer for me. But before we get started, click the subscribe button below if you're watching this on YouTube. I am so excited to share this with you today because I've been designing websites for over 15 years for other people. And I started out with doing HTML and Dreamweaver and then went over to WordPress. And this was such a game changer for me. And it started with my last launch, which was a website package for coaches and consultants who wanted a profitable website. My product launch formula coaches always say, write the sales page first. So for my launch, I did do the sales page first, but I also needed two other things because I wanted a new homepage because I wanted to show coaches and consultants what was possible. And I also wanted a landing page. The problem was when it comes to doing landing pages, it's like, oh my heavens, there's just so much to put on a landing page and so much text. It always kind of puts me in a kerfuffle. But then I thought, wait a minute, I just created a sales script. Duh, light bulb moment. So I thought, what if I took my sales page script that I was taught how to write and then used to create a long form landing page first before I created my homepage? And I'm telling you that truly, truly changed everything. Because what I realized is as I was putting together my landing page, suddenly the landing page was easy to put together. I then looked at all this text, so it's long form text, but that's not what you put on a homepage because your homepage is actually very different. Your homepage is about pulling out little nuggets and really grabbing people. So you get this strong provocative statement in the header. So first problem, then it's a solution. The next thing is, well, here's a problem. You follow with a solution. And then we're talking about my product. As a coach, you're not up at the very top. You're really grabbing the people with what their problem is. I was able to get that down to 3 short sentences. I had a great testimonial. And then I followed with a little short bio about me, how people could get started with me if they were ready, but chances are they're really not ready. So my call to action was to get in touch with me. And I thought, this is crazy and amazing because I literally put this together in 30 minutes. And then another light bulb moment because I realized this is where most do-it-yourselfers and designers and even developers go wrong. We go back and forth trying to pull out clever bits for a homepage when it's really difficult to do it. And what ends up happening, we only talk about the how and we stay on the how. And so we often fall in love with themes. And when you look at the theme that you're falling in love with and you break it down, the themes are all about the how. If you end up using the how as a guide, you're ending up in the wrong place because the problem is you're not talking about the why or the what. There are thousands and thousands and thousands of themes to choose from. You're going to see a pattern that the themes are about selling you the themes. So if you're using those to guide you from your copy, you're starting off in the wrong place. At the same time, I truly love themes by Studio Press because Studio Press themes are built for business. I want to show you what I did with the Studio Press theme and why I chose this theme in particular for myself. I liked it because it was going to allow me to start out with something big and bold, a big, bold statement, not about me. I like the font, but what I liked most about this theme is that each button that I clicked on brought me down to the next part of the homepage. And so that kept them on the homepage longer, which is great for SEO. You know, there was this section, I didn't really need this. The way it ended was a great ending as well. And I thought, oh, this is a great way to tell a story. But there again, the theme sold me the theme, but after having built websites for this long, I'm realizing that the worst place to begin a website is with a homepage. Guess why? Well, it's all about the message and you need to engage your visitors. It's so tempting to take these little bits of information, say, oh, well, I'm just going to spin this with my own language. but you're not getting the wait, what response. So then I thought, okay, when I go back to my landing page, I'm starting with the problem, the big problem, and then going into a solution. So it's the problem. I'm agitating this problem. And then I'm showing them there's an opportunity here for you. I'm going back to the problem, and then here's a solution on the idea. You can have more opportunity to speak about this. And then the ownership experience, a little bit about who's going to guide them through and how they can get started. Testimonials are always really important on a landing page. And then ending with agitate more, you'll leave them with, you still have this problem and you're going to keep having this problem unless you take an action. So if I take all this text, but it's following the same format, you're starting with the problem and why they should listen. And I do have a solution, but notice it's really a tiny bit of text. And then, oh, here is the solution and how I'm going to help them. And I've gone from 3 or 4 paragraphs to just one little short bio here about me and how they can get started. I went down to a few testimonials and a little agitation here. You can have a profitable website. What's the next step? The next step is to book a call with me. I also wanted to show you that I really did use the theme. I'm letting the theme do the heavy lifting. I'm not trying to change things around. I'm not trying to move things in a certain location. And so also this, the landing page, the one on the far right, the theme is letting me set this up the way that it looks. So, and I thought, well, it's working great for me, but does anybody else want this? Hello, Jan. Jan, who's with us today, signed me up. She said, I need a new website because I'm writing a book and I want to have a new message. We worked on the message. We didn't even look at themes. We were working on the message and we went back and forth. After we did all the back and forth, it was so easy to choose. What did it take us, Jan? Maybe 20 minutes or 10 minutes to choose a theme?
20 minutes.
20 minutes. And then from there, I'm doing the landing page first and not the home page. And so here we go. Here's the problem. And even though Jan's a coach, we're not focusing on Jan, we're focusing on the problem. Are you afraid to raise your fees? So we're agitating here. This is also a work in progress. When you eventually do get to Jan's site, it's going to look a little different. But we're setting this up with the text that she gave me, a little bit about the how. And now we're getting into the how, but we're only staying on the how for a tiny bit because next, who's going to help you? The ownership and what's it like to work with Jan? And then I built out the homepage. I put all that together in 30 minutes. Starting with the problem, here we go. And now we're getting stronger with the problem. And there's going to be a little video going in. The what is the solution that's going to help them? Then we're talking about the 3 levels of how Jan helps them. Testimonials, people who have been helped by them. Here's Jan as the guide. Notice she's not at the top. When you look at these coaching websites, what are you seeing? Hi, I'm the coach. I'm here to help you. No. That's so wrong. Showing what's possible. I just can't tell you how writing the sales page first and then repurposing the sales page. We've also repurposed the sales page to a small landing page that's going to go right into Jan's free offer. We're just rinsing and repeating as many times as we can. And I thought it was just a brilliant strategy. And this is now the way that I am putting together websites. So.
Love it.
This is so perfect. It's so perfect.
Yeah.
And I can tell you it was perfect and easy for my part too. Nancy took things that I'd already written. I write and I do a lot of speaking. Writing website copy, no, I don't even want to do it. But Nancy took some things I'd written already and put it in this landing page format. And then we've tweaked it a little bit, but doing the landing page first, like she said, made all the difference.
Love it. Yeah. It really does make sense, Nancy. It's just like, you're right. You're so right. Yeah. Love it. That's great.
For somebody who's a coach and consultant, knowing what you're selling and also having a free offer that's going to then lead them into list building. This is making so much sense to me. I can't believe I've been doing this for so long, and there's been struggles. Jan had mentioned she reached out because she was working with a partner who said, oh, I'll build your website, but it got to be a struggle.
The way most companies put together websites is show me 3 websites you really like and show me 3 that you don't like. And I think that's a very good thing, because it makes you focus on and really look at it like, what do I like or what don't I like? And then they would take the one I like and copy it, not take what Nancy's done instead is we easily picked the theme and she made it come to life. It's so many other websites I've seen and have been so static. And this moves you through, it's like I'm talking to my clients. And it's completely different experience for me and for them. It's terrific.
Each site's going to be unique because it's you, and that's where you're really going to shine, because you're telling your story, and all of our stories are unique, and we all have a different way of talking. And will it have to go in that particular order? No, not necessarily. It depends on what's the strongest point. But the one thing that will follow is problem, solution, problem, solution, problem, solution. You talk about one problem and then you give the solution to that problem, which brings up another problem. So you're constantly saying, well, once you solve this problem, then this comes up. And it is amazing that is just so true, because one thing uncovers something else. So then it strengthens the fact that why people really need to work with you and your story, because you understand that they start at point A, but to get to point probably Z, you've got to get a few more steps dialed in and completed.
Quick question on the landing page that you have there. Is there her free offer that you talked about, that lead magnet? Is that somewhere in this flow?
The offer for the freebie to list build, there will be one on her website for sure. Yep. By the time they get the landing page, it's really to sell them on the next step, the long form landing page. So the free offer will not be on the long form landing page. There is a free offer that's on a very short landing page, which is basically, here's the problem, download this.
So the home page is the abbreviation of the landing page, which has all the goodies. So the home page will have the freebie.
Correct.
Gotcha. Okay.
Nancy, can I ask a question? 2, actually. It used to be that we were taught, don't put a lead magnet on a landing page, although on my new website, because I've opened up an online company, has 3 of them. Should you put them everywhere? Because I thought maybe social to drive traffic to your website or to drive traffic to your landing page.
Oh, absolutely. Landing page is kind of like Kleenex now in the terms of, the word. There's a long form landing page for sales. And then there's the short little landing page. It's only a few inches tall, and it just has the offer and a little lead in to have them download it. Your solution is a PDF. It's not a $10,000 course, because you don't make that jump at that point. But that tiny landing page to get people on your list, that will absolutely go everywhere. It's going to go in your social media profile. Actually, every page on your website, if you have a blog, it should be going a certain place in your blog. It should be on the home page somewhere, probably at the very end, but it would be on the home page, but it's not going to be on where you're trying to sell them. When you're trying to sell them, you're trying to close that. Jan's also an expert in sales, and that's actually how she's working with people. But as someone who knows how to close a deal.
Just another quick question then. Landing pages, the traditional viewpoint, as far as I'm aware, was no menu. All they can do is they can go to the landing page and they can either sign up or leave. So is it actually part of that website, but just not with any of the parent menus?
Correct. It is a page on a website. It can be either accessed from the website or it can be a hidden page that you roll out the link when you need to roll out the link. You could be rolling out the link in an email. On Elsie Kearns' site, she does have parts of her site that once they get there, when they click, they will just go to a landing page. They could do nothing else. So there's a few ways you can structure them depending on your customer and how you know your customer wants to buy. If you start building your website by creating a long form sales landing page first, you will not only have a great sales page, you're also going to have an amazing homepage. Plus, you end up with copy that's for a free offer, email, even launch copy. You're going to get so much return on your investment by putting the time and effort into creating a long form sales landing page first. If you'd like me to create that for you, schedule a call with me. You'll find my calendar link below. And if you like this video, like it, share it, tell other people about it. You can also head over to my website, fieldsgraphicdesign.com, and I'll invite you to my 10-Minute Monday free series where I share a tip or a trick on how to create a great business website. Thanks for watching.